Well, could this be the first pallet autoload of FS25? I think it is. So first up is Wheelie Great Workshop. This is by Biggins, 5.85 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find this under tools because it's actually a workshop trigger for you. Now you do have the option because it comes standard without the solar panels on the roof. So if you click on the old customization option, put that on there, jobs are good. And that being said though, that looks ace. I mean, I do like that. I mean, obviously the name of it, Wheelie Great Workshop, it's got some wheels at the side of it. Just pull your vehicle or your piece of equipment by the hatch marking area, hit the spanner. That looks ace, little container style. Right, next up is Wooden Shed. This is by MA7 Studio, 16.98 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, as you can see from the roof, you can customize this one up. Now, it comes with a white roof, so if you click on customization option, obviously, you know, if you've got the unlimited color mod on, you go for whichever color you like. Oh, fair enough. Now, first off, it's going to be a drive-through option, but we have got two spanners here, and we can do a couple of things with these. So we'll come over here and go to this first spanner. So we'll click on that, and it's going to put a little bunker silo. Well, I say a little bunker silo. There is no bunker silo edge on the go, so it is just, you know, whatever. Little storage area. And then we'll come over to this one, and you think, do you know what? I don't want a drive-through option. Well, come to here, press B, and it's going to put the wall up. Dear, oh dear. And it's got the collisions as well. Oh, that is a great shed. Next up is Multi-Dairy Production. This is by Biggins, 7.87 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, it's going to be under productions now. We've got a couple of new things with this. So 55 grand a place down, and it's going to do your standard dairy shenanigans. You've got your loading in point just there. You've got your production chain menu just there. And this is your pallet spawn point. And you may be thinking, yeah, they're in the way. Now, you need to come up to here, and you're going to get the option. Actually, I'm going to put the old help menu on. There we are. So you get close enough, you're going to get the option to unblock pallets. And yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. So into the production chain menu, you got the usual shenanigans on the go with the butter, you know, buffalo milk, cheese, whatever. And then you come down to these. These here. So we have got added extra. So you've got your chocolate buffalo milk, your chocolate goat milk, chocolate cow milk, I'll call it normal milk anyway, and then dark chocolate as well. All right, fair enough. So the input's going to be your buffalo milk, your chocolate, your goat milk, normal milk, and then sugar. And obviously with the dark chocolate, all you need is milk and sugar. No chocolate. Well, I suppose, no, you wouldn't put chocolate in to make chocolate, would you? All right, carry on. And then obviously the chocolate milk is going to be your various milks added in with a bit of chocolate. And you've got your standard stuff anyway. You know, your cheese, your bottled milk, that sort of thing. So, let's get some pallets out. Obviously, if you don't fancy having the pallets there to start with, you know, you got a load of pallets on the map, that sort of thing. You know, just put those out. It's going to store them within the facility. Once you are ready, and you do have the option to have the old sell off or distribute, entirely up to you. Come over here, and we're going to do that. B, unblock pallets. There we are. And we should eventually get some pallets coming out. There we are. So it takes a little bit. Once it gets going, I mean, jobs are good. And so what have we got here? So we've got some dark chocolate just there. We've got some, what's that? Chocolate goat milk. I mean, I'd imagine I've got a bit of each going on, mind you. But let's move some of these out of the way, so you can get the other out. Was it the buffalo chocolate? There we go. There we go indeed. So what we've got now, so dark chocolate out of the way. So we have got on this pallet, so this is your chocolate buffalo milk. So we should have normal milk as well. So that one is goat milk. That one is goat milk as well. So where's the normal milk? Interesting. Interesting indeed. I mean, I have got the liftable pallet mod on, so that's great. That works. No problem. And you can sell all these extra stuff at the normal sell points as well. Why have we not got normal milk? There we are. There we are. No, is that normal chocolate milk? That's the normal chocolate milk. Took a bit of a while. Oh, now we've got them all out. Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Actually, I want to see if we block the pallets. What's it going to do? It's going to push them out of the way. Oh dear, oh dear, I've made a right mess. Oh, shocking. Right, next up is Old Cowshed. This is by Deere 20mm Normandy, 25.24 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under, as you can imagine, under cows. Now, we've got two versions. They're both going to cost you 70 grand, and they're both going to hold 35 cows. Obviously, the difference is going to be like you've got your brickwork just there, or you can have this standard, what's it, lighter brick. We'll call it that anyway. But there is a strange thing with this one. Now, it's saying there, the pasture of this building can be customised. Right, so we get one out like that. So there we are. I'm going to just press A, place it down, and it places it down. I don't get the option to customise the pasture. Alright, fair enough. It is what it is. So you've got your animal dialogue box just there. You've got your slobby taking out point just there. We'll open up these doors. There we are. Inside is your cows. Then behind door number 2 is going to be a loose cow. What are you doing out? Just a random cow stood in the middle. When your feed and your straw is going to go into this point. Actually, we'll close that out. Don't let me beef burgers go down the road. And then we'll come down this end. And it's going to be your milk taking out point just there. We'll open up this door. No, we can't. It's just a decorative door. And that being said, that is a bit strange why you can't actually change the pasture when it says you can. But, alright, fair enough. Next up is MachineHall. This is by Didec96, 8.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under sheds. Now, we've got 3 versions here, none with customization options. They are what they are. So we've got the first one, which is going to be your hall with 1 door and concrete walls. We then got hall with 1 door and no concrete walls. We then got hall with 2 doors. Right, fair enough. So obviously you come up to them, you've got your doors that open. Do that one like that. There we are. Plenty of space on the go there. That is massive. You're going to store loads of stuff. Alright, fair enough. You've got your shed light option turned on. That's nice and bright when it's dark at night. And obviously, this one's going to be the same, but without the concrete walls on the bottom. And then we've got the double door one on the end. So we'll go have a little look in here. So we'll go and open up this door on the front, like that. There we are. Then once you get inside, obviously, drive-through option down the other end. I mean, the shed light turn on trigger all the way through the shed. That is all right indeed. Open up that door and then drive away. Oh, fair enough. That is ace. Right, next up is Central Warehouse Pack. This is by Kamikaze, 9.91 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under silos. Now, we've got 5 things to this pack. So first off, we've got the Central Warehouse Extra Small, which is going to be this one here. So 15 grand to buy that one. And then you will move on to this one. And we have got 2 different versions of 2 different styles. So the first one is going to be this one here. So 125 grand, your Central Warehouse S1. And we've then got the Central Warehouse M1. Now you've got different versions of these because you've got the S1, which acts like a production chain. And then you've got the M1, well, you've got the S2 on there, and then the M2 on there, which is going to be like a silo version. So if you go for the production chain menu, you could have stuff come into here. You could have stuff, being brought into here and then distributed everywhere else. If you go for the silo version, obviously you're going to have to bring it in and take it out yourself. No problem. Now, with this one, the small ones, you've got your pallet spawn point just there. You chuck your pallets in. Obviously, they come straight out other side. Jobs are good. Now, with the production chain menu one, you got your production chain menu just there. It's going to be 1 for 1. You chuck your stuff in. It comes out the other side. No problem. We've got this loading in point here, which is interesting. Enable pallet spawn point. All right, a little pallet stopper, if you would call it. Yeah, I'll put those back up. That's ace. Oh, I do like that. Like that indeed. Now, if you don't want the pallet spawning and you fancy just, I don't know, bringing some sort of trailer here, you can fill a trailer up. If your trailer accepts pallet stuff, back your trailer into there. No problem. Now, you see this decoration out the front? Yeah, that is an option. So if you go into any of these, well, any of the 2 bigger ones anyway, put it that way. We'll click on that. You do have the customization option. So you can have it all. You can have just the entry aids. You can have just the decoration at the front. Nothing or all again. So pick whichever one you want. Now, obviously coming across to the silo version. Yeah, we'll come up to here and you don't have the option to click on the spanner because it's just a silo. And you do have these bumper guards here, so if you want to turn those down, you can pallets spawning outside, entirely up to you. Or you can obviously back a trailer in. Now, what sort of trailer is going to take pallets? That one. Now, this is going to be found under flatbed trailers, and to be fair, yes, it's well, I say sort of. It's the first pallet auto load. Ish. Yeah, we'll go with that anyway. So it starts off at 29.5 grand. It's got 33,000 litre capacity, and you can change. Well, I say you can change it. I mean, you've got completely open version, which is your base bargain basement version. You can then have the Crone, Giant software, or your standard, and then back to your completely open. If you go for the standard or the completely open version, you do have the colour options. So we'll go for a blue on the chassis. We then got design colour. Go for green, does those bits. The cover colour is obviously going to do the cover. Fair enough. And rims is going to do your rims. Now, if you don't fancy going for one of them, you fancy going for something else, there's a couple of different colour options on the go, but obviously not the sides. Now, the all-important setting that you're going to want to have turned on if you don't like doing pallets. So your self-loading pallets, yes or no. And then your tension belts, yes or no. So if you're going for the self-loading pallets, you don't have the tension belts. Just stay in. Just stay in indeed. Right. Now, let's go get this trailer on the road, because there is a couple of things to do with it. So we'll start the vehicle up. Now, you can open... Well, you've got the option to change how the curtain opens. So you've got curtain left back, curtain right back. You pick whichever one you want. Obviously, it's just going to open whichever way you go for it. So LB and up on the D-pad. It's going to open it up. Now, you do need to have it open for you to load your pallets in. So actually, because where the pallets are, we're going to close the curtains. No, not that one. LP and left on the D-pad does actually open the back doors. So we'll close the curtains. We're then going to change it once it's finished doing its thing. Come on, trailer. There we are. We're going to change it to curtain right back. And we'll then open that. There we are. Right, let's go get some pallets. We'll come down this side of the building. Spin it back round, because this is ace. And to be fair, when I was setting this up as well, it does fill up from a fillable silo as well, which is alright indeed. So you come over here like that, and then come in, got the option there, refill trailer, got the left stick in, and away you go. It's going to fill it up. Now, I would say the only thing that it is missing is the option to unload it. You can't unload it to the ground, so you will need to come to a load in point of a warehouse, a area that you're dropping stuff off. There you are, get the option, load it in like that. Yeah, I loaded the stuff into this little dairy over here that we've seen earlier on, so that's entirely up to you on whether you want to use it that way. It just works like a normal trailer. But what you can do is you come over to one of these buy-inable silos like this one. So come in like that. There we are. Left stick in. You can fill it up with all this stuff. All this stuff, indeed, you can just fill it up with. Let's go for honey. There we are. Filling it up. Just going to put it in pallets in the back like that. There you are. 33,000 litres of honey in the back of this. Dear, oh dear. Oh, that's ace. That has got to be the first. Well, it definitely is the first. What do you call it? Auto load pallets. 100%. And you just come over here, come to your warehouse, silo, whatever you want to call it. Let's shut those back doors. There we are, that's better. You come to your loading area, like that. You get the option, slow it down. There we are, that's better. RB and white, load your stuff in. Job's a good one. That is brilliant. Right, next up is Lizard Box. This is by Dyson's Agri, 3.46 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, it's got 1,000 litre capacity, because you can hold loose crop in this. That's all right indeed. Now, it's going to cost you 867. Obviously, it's a little box. It's going to hook up to the 3-point on your trailer. You then have the, on your tractor. That's a better way of putting it. You got configurations. You got normal or grillage. That's going to put a little protective grill around the top. Chassis colour is going to be red, yellow, grey, or back to red. That grey looks all right, actually, with the red lizard. Red lizard writing. That's a tongue twister. That being said, that's all right, that is. Right, next up is the Lizard Panonija 525. This is by TM Modding and Vulex. 2.37 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under front loaders. Now, this is obviously going to mount to you a 3-point. Now, obviously, it's going to be for your older style things, because you got like the levers there at the top. Old school back in the day when hydraulics off the back of your tractor wasn't a thing. Oh, fair enough. 20 horsepower requirement for your tractor, which is a little bit strange since it looks like it's hand use, but all right. 550 to buy. You then got your color option. Oh, let's go for the usual. There we are. Now, obviously, this is just the framework because you've got these two things as well. So you've got a manure fork, which has got a 250 litre capacity. That's going to cost you 150. And then you've got a bucket as well. 500 litre capacity on that one. That's going to cost you 150. But that's interesting because it's saying it only takes the old, the silage style crops. That being said, though, means something a little different off the back of your old school tractor. Oh, that's all right, that is. Right, next up is Classic 2-Row Planter. This is by Dogface, 2.11 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as the name would suggest, under planters. Now, Classic is definitely the name for it. Old school, definitely the old role play you're going to be using this for. Now, it's got 100 litre capacity, so you're going to need to fill it up quite often. Maybe have like a supplementary tank. But then again, I'm not sure supplementary tanks would fit in the old ambience of it all. But okay, 20 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 2 metre working width, and 6 mile an hour working speed. It's going to cost you 2,750 to buy. You got the option of changing the colour, so you could stick with the green, or you. Let's face it. Nowadays, you can paint it whatever you like. Actually, no, I quite like the green. I like the green indeed. So what was it? That one? Yeah, no, was it that one? That was a different shade of green. That's better. That looks all right on its own. I think I'd go for that one. And next up is the Agrisem Cultiplow Platinum. This is by Hispano, 9.89 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under subsoilers. Now, it's got a 435 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 8 metre working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 68 grand. So you're going to need something tasty to get this going through your field. Now, you do have the option of main colour. We'll go for the usual. Why not? It's going to do the main colour, obviously. Design colour, we'll go with some blue. Oh, there's those bits there, the old springs. What's that, springs? They look like springs. You then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, obviously, it's subsoiler, 8 metre. Yeah, if you've got something big, a big tractor, that'll sort you out nicely with this. Right, next up is the CLAAS Quadrant 5300 FC Evolution. This is by Niku55, 8.55 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under square balers. Now, it's going to require 250 horsepower from your tractor, 10 mile an hour working speed. It's going to do your 180 to 240 centimetre square bales. Now, it starts off at 171 grand, but you do have the supplies optional extras already in there for you from the old square bale twine. You then have the option of Trelleborg. So we go for that one. No, there we are. That's better. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then Trelleborg. There's a couple of different options on the go. Some standard and standard 2s. Decals. You got standard, Evolution, Evolution Special. Oh, that looks all right. Evolution Demo for your Tour de France for the bike race. And then back to your standard. That looks all right. All right, indeed. You then got work lights. So these are going to be on the back. So it just shines down. So you can see where your bales are going. Camera is going to put a little camera there. Now, there's no camera option once you get it out in the field. So it's just there for decoration. You then got your fire extinguisher. Puts it just there for you. Working width. Now, this is interesting because it's saying standard. Plus 25 centimetre. Plus 50 centimetre. And then plus 100 centimetre. Now, out in the field, I tried it. Didn't seem to make much difference to the old working width, but all right, no problem. You then got your CLAAS Quadotex. There you are, that's a better way of putting it. Or empty. So that's what everyone you want to do on there. Beacon lights. It starts off type 7. That's how many different beacon lights there is on the back of this. So you pick whichever one you want. You then got your main colour. This is going to change all the white bits. And this could change everything. Because if you go for something like that, oh indeed, that looks ace. I mean, you can change the rim colours as well. Actually, let's put those in black. How does that go? Oh, that is that's definitely a stealthy look. I must admit, you can't change the green, mind you, but that looks ace. Right, next up is the Anderson Group StackPro 7200. This is by Hispano, 13.21 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under baling transport. Now, this is going to do 14 bales, and it's going to do your square bales, your 180 to 240 centimeters, so not the baby ones, and it's going to require 175 horsepower from your tractor. Now, it starts off with 102 grand. You can then have a wheel brand change. You can have Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg. Wheel setup, so you've got a couple of different versions on the go. Wide tyres, always going to be that. Main colour, we'll go with that. Does the main colour. You then got your design colour, we'll go for red. Does the framework, and then your rim colour is obviously going to do your rims. Yeah, sort of semi-auto-low bale trailer. Yeah, it's not going to just pop them up on there. You are going to have to drive around a little bit and get the old attaching arm in the right position. But, all right, fair enough. And next up is the Kroger Agroliner PWO. This is by Castan 18, 7.93 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under flatbed trailers. Now, it starts off with 20 grand price tag with this trailer we've got here. So definitely your flatbed, I'd say probably one of the easier ones if you're trying to get some pallets off the end of your forklift truck. You then have the different option of Design 2, which is going to be your bale trailer. You then got Design 3, which is a different type of bale trailer. Design 4, and then back to Design 1. You do have your Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then Continental. And Vredestein's got some wides in there as well. That's all right. And then your main colour is obviously going to be your main colour. I will say this. I mean, it has got a swivel axe on the front, which is it's not my greatest thing for reversing, but the unfold animation, that is ace. Out being A. Just lowers the sides down like that. And once you put your bales on, fold it back up again. That is awesome. Right, next up is the Lizard 4T. This is by Zion, 4.28 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's only going to cost you 3 grand, which is all right indeed. It's got 4,000 litre capacity, and then you've got the option of putting a warning triangle on the back, yes or no. Then you can change the chassis colour to any one of those. But to be fair, got the unlimited colour mod on, change it to anything you like. Yeah, a little trailer. I mean, yeah, 4,000 litre capacity, not a lot, but you could get a couple of pallets in there, no problem. Well, next up is the Massey Ferguson trailer pack. This is by Niku 55, 23.64 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him under trailers. Now, we've got the 108 to start with. It's got 7,100 litre capacity, 11,730 to buy. You have the option of standard or with auger. Oh, on the back. Oh, interesting indeed. Now, you do get a couple of different options extra if you go for the auger wagon. You then got wheel brands, BKT, Lizard, Michelin, Trelleborg, Vredestein, and then back to BKT. They've got a couple of different versions on the go there. They look all right. Then you've got the option if you've gone for the auger version. So you've got your short pipe or you got your long pipe. Capacity, so you can have a 7,50 to be precise, which is 7.1. You can then change that to 9,800 and then 11,600, 11,600 again, 13,300, and then back to the original 7.1. Then you've got your design colour. We'll go with that blue. It's going to do the old supports for the old pipe. Then you've got design colour again. We'll go for a mustard colour. That's going to do the main body of it all. And then the rim colour is obviously going to be the rims. Now, if you're thinking, do you know what, I just want something a little smidge bigger, well, they've got you covered because they've got the 212. So the same basic options as before with the old auger wagon and pipe shortage or longage and the colours. But you've got the option on the capacities of 13,800 as standard, and then go up to 17,600, then 18,200, and then 18,200 again, and then 21,400, and then back to 13.8. So that's going to be a standard base version, 18,240. That being said, whichever one you go for, they look all right indeed. Right, next up is the Sodimac MIG 8800. This is by Universe Simu Modding, 15.81 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under manure spreaders. Now, it's got a starting price, 156 grand. It's got a starting capacity, 27,500, working with 24 metre. That is all right indeed. Working speed, 9 mile an hour. You can then change the configuration up to the extensions. That's got 34,000 litre capacity. Then a silage kit. I'm going to be putting that bit on the back like that. So really, that's just your trailer. So it takes away the old spreader unit, puts the old back end on it. We'll call it that anyway. And then back to the original one. You do have the option of wheel brands. You got your Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg. And Michelin's got some wide tyres in. That's all right indeed. Do we have this brand in the game before? Or was that a new one? Either way, that's ace. Next up is the Lizard Fourtrax 300. This is by Sloitches Modding, 16.19 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cars. Now, this has got a 34 horsepower engine, 43 mile an hour top speed, and you notice there, 1.6 ton, because it's got a winch. Oh, why not? You have the option of Lizard, Trelleborg, or back to Lizard on the tyres. Now, with the Lizard ones, you get a couple of different versions, which is all right indeed. And then if you really wanted to go for the street look, we'll call it that anyway, you're going to go for those ones. Thin tyre and lift. Then you've got sticker templates. So you've got standard. You can have a 4x4 on the front, 4x4 on the side, both or none of them. Body is going to be camouflage, different camouflage again, or back to standard. Then you've got your side plastics. So you can have them as no plastic underneath, smooth model, no plastic underneath number 2, or nothing. Then you've got your air tube, which is going to be that. So you could go sort of wading in deep water. That's all right. Plastic headlights, going to put a little surround around the plastic headlights. Foot support, obviously it's going to be there for your feet to stand on. Winch at the front. Yes. Yes, indeed. And then we've got an LED bar on the front as well, which is all right. Attachers, you can have a 3-point on the back, a front loader. Oh, back to standard. We'll come back to that front loader in a minute. You got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour, which, to be fair, once you have the old camouflage on, that looks all right indeed. I must admit, do like that. Then we'll come down and we've got the next one, which is going to be your suspension colour. So we'll go over red underneath. Going to do those bits. You then got your chassis colour, which is obviously going to be your chassis. There we are. You then got your design colour. So we'll go with a yellow. Going to do the seat. You got your spring colour. We've got a yellow again. Like you've got gold springs. That's all right. Exhaust colour. So it's going to be exhaust around the back. There we are. Can you see it just under there, poking through the frame? We'll go with a bright pink. There you are, does that bit. And then you got your rim colours. They do have plenty of options, but there is a chrome version just there. Now, you're going for the front loader option. You can use this. The Shovel Fourtrax, 1,000 litre capacity, 1,600 to buy. And obviously, it's going to mount on the front of the quad bike. Because, you know, everyone wants a quad bike with a front loader on the front. Fair enough. Now, there is potentially a little bit of an option. An issue, put it that way. So you got your usual front loader movements, you know, standard sort of thing, but this is as low as it goes. So if you've gone for the taller wheels, we'll call it that anyway, it's not actually going to touch the ground, but you lift it up, no problem. You can tilt the bucket backwards and forwards, but then once you get up to like that point, if you then lower it back down, it auto levels. That's not me doing it. No, lift it up like that, tilt the bucket forward, lower it down, it's going to level itself out. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But we've got a pink camo quad bike with a front loader on the front. Oh, happy days. Right, next up is the CLAAS AXION 92960. This is by Mac featuring Ego Ryan, 33.42 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under large tractors. Now, it starts off with 325 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, and 279 gram price tag. You can then change the engine output, going from 325 up to 355, then up to 385, up to 410 horsepower, 445, and then back to 325. So 445 is your biggest one, the old 960. Then you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitres, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg again. We've got the old, got the usuals there, no problem. Then got wheel weights. Now that's interesting, because if we just go for the standards, then the wheel weights are going to be individual. All right, fair enough. Then you got your windows. So you got your standard 2, your tinted, and then back to standard again. All right, fair enough. Nice big old CLAAS tractor. I mean, if you've got a CLAAS farm and you need something to do some heavy lifting, this is going to be the one for you. Now, it's not just the tractor itself, it also comes with its own weight. The W1800, as the name suggests, 1.8 ton, 3,050 to buy. You can then change it up to 2.2 ton, 2.6, 3 ton, 3.4 ton, and then back to 1800, 3.4 ton on your front 3-point. Oh, that's a lot. I mean, you can put a toolbox on the top as well, which makes it even worse. So, right, fair enough. That take up to 3. So 3.4. Well, that's saying 3.6. So that toolbox is 200 kilos. All right, fair enough. And our last mod for the day is the John Deere 7J7030. This is by Agrotono, 19.69, nice, megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under medium tractors. Now, it's got 195 horsepower engine, 27 mile an hour top speed, and 164 grand to buy. Now, we can change the engine output. So we go from 195, then goes to 200, 210, 215, 225, 230, 265. Now, that's for the 7230J chip tune, because you then go to the 7630 or 7630, drops back down 175, then 190, 205, 220, and then 255, and then back to 195. So the top one is going to be the J version with the old chip tune. That's going to give you 265 horsepower engine. Then you've got your Continental, Michelin, Trelleborg, Mitas, Lizard, then Continental again. Oh, Lizard, interesting one. Standard with thin tyres. All right, fair enough. You then got your exhaust and trailer brake. So you've got standard, direct, normal and trailer brake, direct and trailer brake, and then back to standard. Internal accessories. So you've got a buddy seat. You then got a radio, which goes on the side window. You then got a thermos. Oh, right by your foot. All right, fair enough. Seat and radio, seat and thermos, radio and thermos, and then everything all in one. You then got your mud guards, so you can have none on the front, on the back, both or nothing. Toolbox and chain, so your toolbox is going to be just there. Chain's going to be on the front just for decorative purposes, or you can have both. Windows, you've got your standard, your tinted 1, 2, 3, and then back to standard. Are you even going to be able to see out once it gets a little bit dark? But all right. Rear weights. So we got standard. We got 500 kilo, 1,000. That being said, where are they on the wheels? Oh, they are. All right, fair enough. So 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then back to standard. Then you got your cabin front lights. So you've got headlight and blinkers. These are going to be the ones on the roof. You then got your double headlight. You got your only headlight. Only the blinkers, without the headlights at all, and then back to the original. Then you've got lower headlights. These are going to be on the grills. You've got Model 1, Model 2. Well, I'd say on the grill. Sort of like, well, they're there, just above the bonnet, that sort of thing. So Model 2 with headlights, without headlights, and then back to your Model 1. Cabin side light. I'm going to put one just on the roof, by the door. All right, fair enough. Signal light. All right. Got these there, put those indicator stalks on. It's like the American style. Rotating beacon. So you've got left and right, or nothing. Then you've got front headlight and rear blinker off. All right. So you've got the grille headlights. You got the rear blinker on the cabin roof. Okay. So then you've got the front light headlights in the grille and the rear blinkers, or nothing. So a lot of light options, I must admit. Triangle. Yes or no. Put that on the side, well, on the back anyway. Front weight, so you can have it as a high front weight or a low front weight, the old mounting point anyway. So you got numbers, number 1, and that goes all the way up to number 9. Then you got attaches, so you got your standard, 300 kilo weight, 600, 200, goes 3, 6, and then 2, then 4, then 600 second time round, 800, without rear hydraulic. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where you'd want to go for that, but all right. So you got without the hydraulic, and obviously the same options on the weights at the front. Dear, I'm not quite understanding why it goes up and then down and then up again. But all right, Starfire. So you got your 6,000, your 7,000, or nothing. Then you got your front loader attachers. You got your bumper, your sugarcane bumper, your Hower, your front loader hitch and bumper, and then nothing, and then your license plate on the end. I mean, there's a lot of options with this. But that being said, I mean, if you're into your John Deere stuff, you can't go wrong with this.